We were proceeding to go to town to get a pizza for dinner, and we approached the hill on Beard Road, and this girl, we thought she was making a right-hand turn because she pulled her on the right side. Well, at the last minute, she decided she was coming across in front of us, and she hit the gas instead of the brake and put us through a little bit of a ditch and in between some trees, and my side of the car got the worst of it. I had, with 2 broken legs, fractured ankle, my back was broken.
She was pretty seriously injured, and it was very scary in the beginning. She went through a lot of pain, and it was really hard, to go through. And it was a long road, and you could see that it was going to take an awful long time before she was going to get back to normal, or somewhat close. And it was very tough in the beginning. I was there, and I was able to be in while she was tested, so I was watching what was going on, and after about halfway through the test, it was becoming real obvious to me that she had a pretty serious problem. Things that would be perfectly easy to do, she was having a lot of trouble with. And she wasn't, even comprehending what she was trying to do. And that was, so it became real obvious that she had a problem.
Because really I didn't pick up any of it until Origami came in, when Natasha come and was doing tests on me and asking me questions and that. And I thought, you're wasting my time, there's nothing wrong with me. And then when we did the review after I went over to Origami, this is what you did in the beginning and this is how far you came. I thought, man, I guess there was something. But Dr. Jabara talked to me a few times about Origami and thought it would be the perfect place for me to go. But it was up to me, I didn't have to. Qualified for it, I was going to be their second patient there. And he told me what was available there. And I kind of agreed because it was going to be closer for him and for the kids to come too.
Came in and talked about moving her to Burcham, and in the beginning I was really opposed to the whole thing because I felt that she needed to be in a hospital environment, and I was thinking that Burcham wasn't going to qualify for that. And that part scared me because she still had an open wound on her back, and I was very worried about that. But in the end, they did an excellent job there. So everything came out, but in the beginning, I was totally opposed to it. And at that time, they told us about Origami and the fact that she would get the head injury stuff taken care of there as well, and that was a big plus. So we were very happy about that.
You didn't feel like you were in a hospital because it was a nice room, and I had off to my window, there was a nice garden out there that you could go out there and sit and area with finches and some doves in it, so we'd go down and sit and watch that. They had different fish tanks with different kinds of fish in it. When the youngest granddaughter came, they had a playground out there. She could go out there and play, and it just made it more homey-like compared to the hospital. Because like when our youngest granddaughter come to the hospital, she wouldn't even come near me because everything was she was scared. And once I got over there, she was doing more things. She'd come and she'd kiss me goodbye, and everyone before it was a bull grandma kiss. And there I had speech, I had physical therapy, and of course Origami. And all the therapists were fantastic.
I was quite impressed the first day. I thought they did a pretty nice job. I knew that there was quality care there.
After Deepa working with me and getting to know some of the other nurses and aides and that, they were just spectacular. And I mean, Deepa, she's just something special. She's one of a kind. I mean, they were all great, but she just She bent over backwards for you, like I was having trouble getting up. Come on, Barbie, you can do it. Don't look at the floor. Look straight ahead. Just different little things, to give me confidence in that. And they all just, I don't know, I just felt like a bunch of them were just like immediate friends and family for Pete's. They looked out for you, and they actually cared. When Natasha and Liz came from Origami to Burcham, we played games on the computer, or she did some tests, or we took that case with the different shapes in and moved that from one side to the other. And of course we chatted and got off on other things than that. One person that's really helped me, psychologist Dr. Pilarski, she really helped me a lot, because in the beginning, any mention of the accident, I just fell apart. Every time Tom was there, he always stop in and say hi. Room needs, they're getting ready for the ribbon cutting. Would you like to go down? He said, I'll take you down. I said, well, sure. And I thought that was really neat that he thought enough to come and get me and take me down there. Burcham and Origami over there, because they had the monthly meetings in my room, and everybody had a representative from what I was seeing.
The monthly meeting at Burcham was really nice, because you had all the staff from Burcham and you had all the staff from Origami. We're all there together, and they went over the progress that was made for the month and how things were going and what they were going to work on, and if we had any questions we could ask them, and they answered them very completely, and that to me was the biggest plus.
After being home a week or so, we started going as an outpatient to Origami. They would email once a week what your schedule for the following week would be. Usually like 3 days a week, 2 to 3 hours.
But I liked the country atmosphere out there, and it was nice. They had a run where you could run your dogs, and they had a facility to take care of all that. And that was nice, because I got to keep him with me, and they give me an award too. I was the person in the waiting room the longest. I always waited in the waiting room for every day that we were there. So.
Towards the end, I was at Origami. We did the review. She went through everything that I'd done in the beginning and said, well, this is what you did. This is how far you came. And I thought, okay, I got to retract them, because I thought this was a waste of my time. But when I can see the progress I've made, I guess there was something wrong.
They made our lives easier. She's not perfect, and she's got a ways to go, but she has come an awful long way in what she can do, and it's made her life easier, I think, in the end, because of it. I can't imagine what it would be like if things didn't go so well.